Morning team, and welcome to today's S&C session. It's going to have 4 sections to it. We've got a warm-up, we've got some plyometrics, we've then got 2 sections that are going to work on developing your strength. We're going to work through the warm-up. It's 5 exercises. We're going to go 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and the way that I'm going to structure the session is I'm going to film each section in its entirety once through, and then explain to you how many times I want you to repeat that afterwards, and you'll be able to just pause the video, put on some music and repeat that before moving on to the next section of this video for you to follow. So let's crack on with the warm-up. Our first exercise is going to be our 90-90 leg exercise to activate the glutes and warm up the hips, and we're going to go in 3 seconds. So get yourself ready. For today's session, you will just need a mat, and also, if you have them, some kind of a weight, just for a couple of the exercises, but nothing more technical than that. So let's get ready. So 3 seconds, and we'll get going. And off we go. And the leg in. And pushing up. It's just 30 seconds of each exercise. Keep the movements as controlled as you can. Try and get those legs dropped in before you push up. Feel the rotation in the trunk, dropping in, turning, pushing up, extending through that hip. Our next exercise is going to be a dead bug exercise. We've got 10 seconds to recover and reset before we move on to that. Getting ready. Off we go. Obviously, just with this being a warm-up, don't need to rush the exercises. You'll be going through this warm-up sequence of 5 exercises a number of times. Our next exercise is going to be standing up into a lunge and reach. That will stand up from here. And we're going to go knee grab, lunge and reach. Ready? So knee grab, step forward for a lunge, and reach high on the side that the leg is back. Push forward. Knee grab, step forward, reach. The next exercise is going to be a yoga push-up. That's the time. So we come down, yoga push-up, squeezing up to a down dog. Squeeze through that core, drive the hips high, push the shoulders in. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Good stuff, and time. Our next exercise is going to be any run drill. Any run drill. We'll move the mat out of the way, and we'll just go some heel flicks, double leg. You can change this if you want to. Bring the arms in. Now we're going to do 3 run drills. So we've got 30 seconds of 3 run drills. These are to get the heart rate up and to get us ready for the run-specific plyometrics. Good stuff. 10 seconds to recover and think of your next run drill. I'm going to do a B skip. When you're used to doing these and moving, it's harder to do them on the spot. If you're doing this one and you just want to simplify it, you can just do it on the spot there. Pulling back into the glute and the hamstring. time. And we're going to do some marching on the next one, working on the activation on the standing leg. So this is the last exercise in our warm-up sequence. After this, I'd like you to pause the video and run through that sequence another 2 times. I've done it 3 times in total. If you still don't feel warm and you want to do it a 4th time, you can do. There's time. So pause the video, and then when you've done the warm-up, we can move on to the rest of the main set. Okay guys, hopefully feel nice and warmed up after those 3 or 4 repetitions of those 5 exercises. We're now going to move on to the plyometric element of this session. Really important to keep or even develop that power through the winter. So we've got 3 exercises here. Now the first one is going to be either jump squats or double leg hops. Now ordinarily this would be something that you could put in as a sprint effort, but given the weather, lack of access to gyms, that might be logistically difficult. You could do a sprint, however, if you wanted to, so sort of a 6 second-ish sort of maximal sprint. If that's easy for you to do, you can replace the jump squats with that. But so first of all, we're going to do jump squats, and we're going to do 6 of those. So getting ready, nice firm stance on the floor. And what we're going to do with these is, oh sorry, I've got the wrong amount, 3, and we're going to go 1 into the other. So up, sink straight in, push straight up, do glute activation. We're going to do 3 of those. So getting yourself ready, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Good stuff. If you've got effort in, go for height. Those 3 should really get the heart rate up. Now we have 2 more power-based exercises. We're going to work on core, so maximal strength and activation through the core. We don't need to do much power core work really, kind of a big volume of that, but doing a little bit of it just gets the core nice and strong. So we're going to go 6 of our T-sits. So it's this movement from here to here, and we're going to do 6 as fast as we can. So get yourself ready. Really dynamic. Feeling the compression through the core as we pull the legs and the torso towards each other. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there's the 6 of those. And our third exercise is going to be a dynamic upper body movement. Now you could do a dynamic press up, so trying to push yourself off the floor. For all of these, but ideally we're going to alternate that with a dynamic press of something like a med ball if you've got one of those. Otherwise, we'll just do 2 different press up positions. So either a narrow press up, or we're doing a dynamic med ball press and catch like this. Obviously, don't throw it over your face. Push up from your chest and try and make sure you catch the ball. We've got 6 of these. So trying to push that ball as high as you can, or if you're doing a narrow press up from the knee, trying to get off, push the hand off the floor as high as you can. So ready, 3, 2, 1. Great stuff. When you've done 6, we stand up and we come back to our second round. We've got 6 rounds. And alternating rounds are different. So we've done round 1, we're on round 2 now. So instead of the jump squats, we do 6 hurdle hops. So this is lower leg. We're looking to articulate from the ankle, looking to, and it's that movement working into the floor nice and loud, going for height with locked knees and strong hips and glutes. 6 of these. We're ready. Hands on hips. 3, 2, 1, go. Good stuff. Looking for maximal force. It's not going to get the heart rate up very much. It is going to get those ankles, soleus Achilles nice and strong. We're now back down into to our core exercise. So this time we've got our sit and twist movement. We've got 10 of these, so fingers on temples, and we're just going to pull up to twist across as quickly as we can. And as we do that, again, we want to feel this compression just in here in the core. So, good quality. When you're back in this position, don't let the lower back curve up. 10 of these, quick as you can. 3, 2, 1, go. Counting 1 each side, that's 10. And then we move on to either again. So we want to come up to a press up now. So having done a dynamic med ball press or a narrow press up last time, we now want to do a wider press up, so hands either shoulder width apart or slightly wider. And we are going for 6 of these again. You can either go from your knee or from your feet, and you're looking to push the hands off the floor. You can reset between each one. So 6 of these. Ready? Off we go. So again, completely reset between each. Try and get the chest or the nose to the floor before you push up. And that's 6. So you've done 2 rounds. Round 1 had the squat jumps and it had the med ball push, if you have that, and it had the dynamic T-sit. Round 2, we just changed those exercises slightly. Now what I want you to do is to repeat the sequences 3 more times. You'll have done 6 rounds in total, and you'll have done 3 rounds of each version. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So repeat those now, another couple of times through, and then join me for the strength part of the session in a moment. Okay, so we've now done the warm-up and the plyometric section. You should have repeated that plyometric section through 6 times in total, alternating between the 2 different sets. Now we're on to the 2 strength sections. We've got 3 exercises in each, upper body, lower body, and core. These aren't time-based, they're rep-based, and I'll talk you through how many of each you're doing. So we're going to go through the first strength set now. You're going to need, hopefully, some weights for this. You could use a pull-up bar as well for the first one. So we're going to do some kind of a row exercise. So we want some capacity to be able to row. So if you have a pull-up bar, you could do that as an inclined row. I'm going to do it with dumbbells. So we've got 6 of these, and we're going to do a bent row. So if you have weights, you can hold the weights there, rotate them around as if you're holding a bar, or hold them so that they're facing behind and in front of you, and then we can pull up through the shoulders and pull up to here. We've got 6 of these. Get the body horizontal to the floor. Ready? Off we go. So draw those shoulder blades together and then pull high. Not fast movements now at all. We're looking to control every part of the movement on the way up and the way down. I've done 3. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Pause at the top. 4, in my case. Elbows as high as you can get them. 5, 6. That's 6 for me. Standing up. We now move on to our leg exercise, and we're going to do a curtsy squat. So it's a single leg squat, holding weights if you've got them. That'd be good. If you don't have them, don't worry. And we're going to do a curtsy squat behind. So the movement is there, and if you're ready, we can begin. Balance already. We're doing 16 of these, so 8 on each side. Try and get down as low as you can. Weight weight to the heel. Let that knee fall in. That's me halfway. Really strong standing leg. Last one for me. Okay, good stuff. You can play around with the range that you work through, the weight that you lift as you do your additional sets in a minute. Next up, we have a Russian sit-up. So you want to wait for this one again. Just any weight that's appropriate. And then lie down, legs straight out, abs engaged so the lower back isn't curled up. Holding the weight high, just above the chest. And we're going to push up from the core, looking at the weight, pushing high to that position, and then lowering back down again. We've got 10 of those. So join in when you're ready. Good stuff. Aim with that one is always to try and push the weight up, straight up towards the ceiling. So there you have 3 exercises, and I'd like you to repeat those 3 times in total. So twice more with an additional one if you want to, but certainly do it 3 times through. 2 more, given that you've just done it once. And then we'll move on to our final strength section. So pause the video, put on your music, run through another 2 or 3 times, and then play the video again for the next section. Okay, so we find ourselves moving on to the 4th and final section of today's session. 3 more exercises, upper body, lower body, and core. The first exercise, if you have a pull-up bar, I'd like you to do pull-ups. So forward-facing, wide grip pull-ups. 7 of those, please. If you don't have a pull-up bar, but you do have some swim pull cords, then I'd like you to do the same movement, but just using the pull cords. If we come down, we've got a nice straight line through the hips, the shoulders, and the pull cords, and we're going to keep the elbows high and pull down into the sides. And it's for you guys to put as much resistance as you can on the band, so you're really mimicking that pull-up effort through the lats. If you don't have a stretch cord, but you do have a TheraBand, then you can do a TheraBand pull down motion to here to activate the lats. If you don't have any kind of band, just do a push up to these. So it's 7 movements on the first one. So let's go on the first movement. So 7 of these, getting ready. 3, 2, 1, pull. Keep those elbows high and in line with the body, nice and wide. Feel the lats pull and squeeze those elbows into the side at the end of the movement. When you've done 7, you can relax. If you find you just can't get enough tension for that to be a tough exercise, you can up the reps until you really feel the fatigue starting to affect your ability to do the movement. Our next exercise is going to be an arabesque. We want to wait for this again. I'm going to use the dumbbells. We're going to go 16 of these, alternating legs. Off we go. So keep that posture. Now this exercise is going to be pretty much the longest exercise that we do all session. That takes quite a while to get all 16 out. Again, you can adjust the number if you have a bigger weight, you can do less. If you have less weight, you can do a few more. We want to be getting to the point that we reach fatigue. We want to be doing them slowly. So we're really working on control and strength rather than power and speed. Keep that posture really good.
Keep the knee and the hip strong. Pull back through the glute and the hamstring. Keep the weight squarely through the foot. Let the weight fall onto the forefoot. Keep the hips really high. Let them sink down. Get full range as well through the hamstring. But don't worry if your hamstring's a bit tight and you can't get all the way to the floor. Make sure you keep that back angle nice and flat. Couple more for me. Should do 16-ish in total, depending on the weight that you've got. Okay, good. That's me done. And then our last one is going to be a weighted sit and twist. So in the plyometric section we did a sit and twist movement. This time we're going to do it with a weight if you've got one. If not, then we're going to go moderate to fast up, very slow on the way down. We're doing 14 of these, or enough that you really feel the fatigue. And we want to make sure we draw from the core and don't throw the shoulders forward. Ready? Off we go. The other thing I'm trying not to do is to lift the weight with my hands, but I'm holding it in position by pushing it against my chest, which actually increases the effort a little bit. And make sure that you get the full weight of the ball. Again, slow and controlled in each direction. And when you've done 14 or thereabouts, or you lose form or control, you are done. So like the last section, I'd like you to repeat that another twice through at least. So you've done 3 rounds of that. If you want to do an additional one, you can do. And then that will be you. And that will be the end of the session where we've worked on getting warm up and range, motion. We've done some plyometric work. And then we've done 2 lots of strength and conditioning, upper body, core, lower body, all swim, cycle, run, as specific as we can with little equipment and not much space. So hope you enjoyed the sessions. Put your music on, repeat that last set a couple of times at least through, and hopefully see you again soon. Thank you.